Our next guest, Wendy Marlowe, joining us from the Kamloops Hospice Association, where she is the executive director. It's lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
Yes. Originally, we're going to have you on to promote what you are calling an evening to remember. It was a dinner and dance. And so I said, sure, come on the show and we'll promote it. And less than a week later, Wendy phoned me to let me know it was already sold out. So I'm heartened to hear that there was such huge interest, and you've obviously raised some money for hospice. But then we decided, let's have you on and talk a little bit about how it went and just how important these types of events are for hospice.
Well, Evening to Remember, it was our 15th annual gala, and it was a resounding success. So we sold out, as you know, at 380 tickets, and we had a campaign to refloor the hospice. I challenged the committee, a volunteer committee, to raise $50,000, and I'm really excited to say we met our goal. $50,000, which some of them admit now that they were a little leery of, and,
really?
And yet they're celebrating today to say that now we can refloor our hospice.
That hospice is a wonderful place. So many of us in the community know somebody who has had to spend time in there. What are the needs for Kamloops? I always wonder, is it enough for our community? Do we need more rooms? Do we need another hospice for Kamloops?
Well, certainly we want to be able to provide people the end-of-life experience where they want to experience it. So some of the things we talk about is, do we need to look how we can support people more in their homes? Today we do have volunteers who are trained to go into the home and sit with clients, but is there more we can do in the home? You're right, do we need to look at another hospice house, maybe in another part of Kamloops? Those are future plans we talk about, but certainly, firstly, it's about the needs of Kamloops and what our community wants.
And you must sort of see it firsthand whether or not there is this demand or want for people to be able to end their lives peacefully in their own home naturally. Do you see that more and more?
Yes, people want to be at home. Families commit to keep their loved one at home. But it's tiring, and at some point they come, and when they come to hospice they realize that they can relax and be that wife, son, daughter, and instead of being the caregiver. And so people enjoy the experience at hospital to be that family member they need to be.
I think what makes hospice such an amazing place for what you guys do is, of course, you have a lot of employees that are dedicated to the cause, but you also have a huge volunteer base.
We do. When I haven't been at hospice a year yet, and I'm sure for the first months all I said was wow. Wow to the incredible staff. The nurses, the care aides, the counselors, the admin team. Wow to the volunteers. We have about 180 volunteers, and that's everything from our gardens to baking. We have a thrift store in the North Shore run by volunteers, and all those proceeds come to hospice. We have client volunteers who receive training. They sit with our patients in the house and in the community. And then I always say wow to the generosity of our community. 40% of our budget comes from fundraising, memorial donations, there's golf tournaments. My first day at work, I had 5 toonies on my desk from a little girl. It was her birthday money because her grandpa had died at hospice.
Wow.
And so we're just overwhelmed by the generosity of Kamloops.
How can people get on board and support the cause? Do you have another fundraiser coming up? Is there something else you want to promote, or just generally check out the website and see what it's all about?
We do have a new website that's up and running, and so we list events there. You can also donate online now. Also, always looking for volunteers, and there's many ways to volunteer. Come in and see us, talk about that. The event that is coming up is a new event called the Wedding Wear Swap, and it's put on by an event coordinator, Judy Basso, but we'll be the recipients of some of those funds from that event.
That's great. It's lovely to meet you. It's great to have you on, and I think what you guys do up there is an amazing thing. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Wendy Marlowe, thank you so much.